Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. Hyderabad's property market bucked the national trend and had a great 2015 and registered a price appreciation of 10 to 15% in the residential market. We find out which parts of Hyderabad are safe bets for investments. Here's a conversation I had with international property consultant JLL.
We saw one of the best years in Hyderabad real estate in 2015 and across all the sectors. And we never thought that Hyderabad real estate will bounce back in such a short span once the new government was formed in mid of 2014, within one and a half years.
You said 2015 has been the best year for Hyderabad. Has that been accompanied by a price appreciation as well? I'm talking about the residential market.
Yes, residential, the price rise has been around, I'll say around 10 to 15% as compared to last year. If last year, let's talk about an high-tech city and the western belt of Gachibowli and all. If the capital value, the cost was something around 4,500 to 4,800, especially in high-tech city. Now it is somewhere around 5,200 or 5,500. In fact, some good project is already fetching 6,000, 6,200 rupees. And I think this is the case across the prominent location and mostly the western quadrant of Kukatpalli and Gachibowli and financial district and high-tech city. And though the commercial real estate had bounced back, I think almost 8-9 months back, the residential took some time, but I think all the prominent developers are really doing good. They're having a good sales numbers in the last 4 to 5 months. So I can say for the first time in many years, the residential sector in Hyderabad has also bounced back.
A price rise of 15% in 2015, Sandeep. Then would you say Hyderabad remains a competitive market? Has it maintained its edge?
Just to give perspective, let's take about example of Bangalore. Bangalore, the residential in outer ring road and let's talk about Sajapur road, which is almost a 30-35 kilometer from the CBD, is already touched 7,000 rupees, and some places it is 8,000 rupees. Now in high-tech city, which is the most prominent location, and the costliest real estate there in terms of residential is my home, which is completely sold out at around 6,200 to 6,300 rupees. From that perspective, if you see Hyderabad, the real estate is still, I'll say, is underpriced. And if you talk of Chennai, to just keep aside the recent floods, and before the flood scenario, even Chennai, if you see in the OMR road, which is a 40-kilometer road, and the 30th kilometer of the road, the residential real estate was costlier than high-tech city. So I think there is so much of room for Hyderabad in terms of the price growth is concerned. I think still Hyderabad, even if it goes for another 2-3 correction in terms of price rise, still Hyderabad will be one of the the most economical real estate in India.
Okay, so you're convinced that Hyderabad is going to remain a competitive market. Sandeep, how should investors approach this market? I am talking about the residential market.
Now let me talk about someone who wants to buy for his own use and wants to stay for many years. I think still the locations will be Western Quadrant, high-tech city, financial district, in and around financial district, and in Kukatpalli, Miapur and stuff like that. The reason being, it also depends with daily commuting and how far you are from your place where you work. And these are the location where people prefer because close proximity to the IT corridor of high-tech city and Gachibowli. Now, if someone wants to buy and wants to have a long-term vision of 3 to 7 years to buy and then hold and sell it for flipboard, so more from an investment perspective, my answer will be further down, places like in the eastern quadrant. There is a place called Gatkeshwar, which is one of the I think the favorite location of the current CM, and is really doing a lot for that area. Gatkeshwar is a place where people can invest and can hold it for 4, 5, 6 years and can really get a good appreciation. And the other place will be further down the Chandanagar area, which is close to western quadrant but a little ahead of Chandanagar area. So there also people can buy and then hold it from an investment perspective and earn a good profit and returns after 3 to 5 years.
Sandeep, the areas that you mentioned as an option for people who want to flip properties, are these developed areas? Are they far-flung? Is there infrastructure there? Is there good connectivity?
No, Gatkeshwar, Gatkeshwar is the eastern part of Hyderabad, whereas High-Tech City and Gachibowli in the western, the complete opposite direction. And why I said that is the location where people need to look at buying apartments or in land, open plots for investment. Reason being, the outer ring road at that part of the city was not completed. It is getting completed, and I think it has got completed.
Sandeep, I want to now talk to you about the recent auction that took place in Hyderabad, where we saw some really high bids that came in. Isn't that a worrying sign for the Hyderabad property market? Because if prices go up, the city will lose its competitive edge.
So this is a little tricky question, Nayantara, because I have a little different perspective, and my perspective was a little different from the developers community, and some of the developers, in few of the conferences, I was very vocal about the high auction price, which I feel didn't make economic sense. Now, the reason why I'm saying is that, and I'm not, and the reason why I'm saying is that now if the land which got auctioned at 30 crore was bought by a pharmaceutical company, and that pharmaceutical company bought these lands for their own end user, own campus use, they're going to make their own campus. Okay, so one is the fundamentals of the city has improved, the economic scenario of the city has improved, the economic scenario of the country has improved, which has propelled or gave the confidence of the pharma company to buy this land at such a higher end. That is a very strong positive economic result or economic perspective. But if you talk of from a real estate perspective, and in high-tech city now the rentals are now 46-47 rupees, and if someone now, what will happen is all the landlords nearby that location will benchmark their land rate with 30 crores per acre, and they will offer that to the developers, and if developer has to buy the land at 30 crore per acre, and if they have to lease it out at 47-48 rupees, it is not going to make any economic sense.
There you go. Hyderabad's fundamentals indeed strong, but the city's property market should learn from the mistakes made in the National Capital Region and several other cities in North India, and not let prices get out of hand. With that, time for a short commercial break. On the other side, we'll tell you about a hot new office segment in Mumbai. Stay tuned for that.